The road to redemption was an emotional ride for anyone toxically aligned, but we now have four, four Black American women as our champions, and all four titles are pinnacles of the decision. So, the universe really has to take a breath, realign, and rejoice. The hero of the locker room is our new world champion. And I know that gave me worries earlier. Earlier. But do not worry no more, because paths have been created for much bigger reasons. And we'll get into that later. The infiltration did happen, though. Triangle of Madness, led by Tekla and with the Sisters of Sin, Julia Hart and Sky Blue, who were both doing me the personal favor and looking badass as ever, invaded Stardom's live stream while it was announcing the five-star Grand Prix and challenged God's Eye to a match for their Artist of Artist of Starship Championships. We have captains of boats, and now we have artists of starships. The hosts, while I'm talking about the live stream, were quite excited about the toxic spider, the idol killer's return. But the two-time IWJP Women's World Champions, Yuri, she was not quite as impressed by the toxic spider's little invasion there, just stamping on in. The audacity that she was feeling, you could see on her face that she wanted to smack the cup right out of Tekla's hands and give her a right old shaking, but she didn't. She stayed composed. So well done. Tekla completely took over, and it seems like Okada is so terrified of Tekla that she can just make matches in Stardom willy-nilly, and that paid off for the Triangle of Madness because they won those titles, and the Toxic World Champion was two bouts Tekla, and that ruled. For the small amount of time that it was there, it still ruled. So, for that small amount of time that Tekla two bouts, she used it wisely, but it could not get her through her redemption.
Bruh.
The double belt bonus did nothing to help the toxic spider, and even Sky Blue's interference could not seem to hinder Tekla's bad battle luck, and gave more luck actually to Willow, who had a chance to power up with a good old hero of the locker room, take out the trash scenario. Little did Blue know that she was actually helping Willow bonus up more to defeat the dastardly Tekla. On that note of dastardly, with Mox being a dick again, does that mean that we can revisit our whole quest for like world champion Willow Nightingale versus John Moxley in a last man standing match for ownership of Tony Khan? Yada. I'm Bex, by the way, and this is Don't Call Me Diva. It's a fun little show where we talk AEW and affiliated women's wrestling with a touch of whimsy, to keep the kayfabe alive and, the imagination thriving. This is episode 48, and we are deep into some crazy lore. So if you are new and want to know more about me and why, we go check out episode 1 and then follow up. So Now, as I was saying, the Triangle of Madness were successful in their challenge of the Artist of Stardom Championships. Triangle of Madness were successful in their challenge of the Artist of Stardom Championships. Tekla, she got reunited with her orange belt. Sky took the blue, and Julia now controls the pink belt. Now, what would have happened in a world where the Sisters of Sin won the belts at Dynamite's whole DQ match scenario? And Julia and Sky had also become like sisters with two belts. And then, like, they would have had the double belt bonus for that week, and Tekla would have had the double belt bonus for that week. Still wouldn't have like stopped the hero of the locker room, like completely demolishing them all with like the amazing power of love and goodness that she has inside of her. But the catastrophes that they did between there and there, like everywhere else, could have been even more fun. But never mind. We will just see more catastrophes done by the Sisters of Sin and Tekla without the double belt bonus. They have the Artist of Stardom Championships now. And they will combine for even more dastardly deeds. Divine Dominion were very smart in choosing the hockey shirts worn over their battle gear for that no DQ match, because the extra violence boost helped them bash through the Sisters of Sin's protection, and their also obscene ability to absorb a lot of punishment. Speaking of Divine Dominion, are they on the Monet payroll? And if they are, do they also travel by boat? Because surely that goes with the perks of, being like working for the CEO. You think? So anyway, I was worried. I admit, I was worried. The 4-week reign. Oh, it gave me more chills than what I am currently feeling in my current state. Whew. But I am not now. Not at all. There is no stopping the hero of the locker room now that she has that shining world title in her backpack and a world champion smile on her face forever. From now on, like Timeless Toni Storm had it. She got the belt, at the world championship belt. She is now always going to be like world champion Timeless Toni Storm, right? Tekla had the belt. Always going to be like toxic world champion Tekla, right? Willow. She is now one of them. She is now up there with them. She will always be world champion Wahine Willow. And I love that for her. I'm derailing myself, but like that gloriousness just came back to me and I just needed to express it. Willow defeated the toxic spider despite the interference from the delightfully dastardly Sky Blue. She avoided the stomp and strapped Tekla into a backslide pin that a Timeless One would have even be proud of. Everyone erupts with joy in the arena, on socials, like everywhere in the world, as our hero of the locker room becomes our new world champion and our first ever Grand Slam champion. Thank you very much. I did myself let out a no, but it's all good because I no longer fear the 4-week reign. Because that's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Willow is such a beautiful person. And now she is our champion. And she will be for months to come. Well, forever. She'll forever be our, like, smiling champion. But you know what I mean? Like, actually, physically. In this first reign. There are many reigns to come. But let's not even, like, demolish this reign before it, like, other reigns. You get what I'm saying? Let's get on the same reign, right?
Daddy, chill.
I don't want a small run for Willow, okay? I want her reign to like last for months. But as a dear friend says, it's fine. She shall defeat Mercedes Monet at All In and have a long reign of pure happiness and joy. Because, some rough seas are going to be very turbulent for the CEO on her way to Wembley. Maybe Divine Dominion don't want to be on that boat. Will Divine Dominion, though, be hired to take care of ringside business to ensure Mercedes gets the win? Will that be allowed? Will there be stipulations of no one to be allowed ringside? I mean, that won't work either way because Mercedes will not get her hands on the world title that easily. She's going to have to go through some sort of like Herculean fucking tasks to get her world title reign. But let's just float down the lazy river and see what we can conjure up, right? Because I have some thoughts. They're fun thoughts. Float with me, okay? Penelope Ford is back, right? And she is in on this muscle for hire business with Divine Dominion that they've got going on, and they surround the Wembley ring, right? And our hero world champion is facing them all head on. She won't back down, but she is outnumbered, yet also looks, a little huggable. But whose side will they be on? Psych!
Surprise, motherfucker!
Psych out to the CEO. Triangle of Madness comes out and take out Divine Dominion, and Penelope just, because of tag titles and like dastardly deeds and like, fun. Boom! The world champion, Babe with the power bombs onto Monet, and we get the arena celebration that signals Willow's year-long reign of supreme happiness. Until Timeless Tony Storm comes out of nowhere and says that it was Willow all along, and bang! The black mist from Julia Hart worked all along, and we are all broken-hearted as the evil world champion Willow turns the world to darkness. We turn to see Julia Hart smiling. Blue and Tickler are grinning like devils with their Artists of Stardom championships glistening in the lights because they are magnets of evil power. Cue Monet's breakdown screaming, "What are you doing here? This is my moment!" Such and so forth. So everything up into that last bit, I think, will be happening. And we will see but wouldn't it be fun if just like tacked on to the end of that, like the whole like black mist thing, like just comes back in? That would be fun. Not that I want everyone to be evil. But still. Moving swiftly on from me fantasy booking Willow as our dark world champion. Layla Gray, the patron saint of DCMD, was celebrated recently as AEW's first Dominican woman to be or not to be.
That is the question.
On the roster, not on the. Even though she has been with AEW since 2021, so like a bit late, but still here for any celebration of Layla Gray, because she is like currently we're all like radio silent at the moment, and we need this comeback. Anyway, our fallen goddess, the American Joshi, the Minion Overlord, our forever champ, as of this recording, 1,326 days. Athena came out this recent ROH episode in a gorgeous, flowing cape of light, looking spectacular. Billy Starks looked like violent bubblegum, if you could. Diamante looked like a badass in her casuals, and all three of them are extremely violent and dangerous. The contrast is very pleasing to thine eyes. I love this trio. They also faced an equally amazingly battle dressed Viva Van, who was looking absolutely ravishing, as is tradition, and is the entire moment during her battle entrance. Lacey Lane is giving Forest Witch vibes, sparkling like the night sky and wisdom beyond anyone's ability to comprehend in the ancient arts of magic and kicking your butt. And she cares not for her forever champ's arrogance. And as soon as the bell rang, Lane drop kicked Athena, who was in mid pep talk with Billy Starks, no relation, and she goes flying out of the ring. Not in the way that she usually does. Billy gets yoinked and the battle is on. Lane boots Billy's head off and then they wrestled the bamboozled Starks all over the ring. Viva Van tags in and they successfully double team on the Billy, working together superbly. I'd like to think that ROH is building up its own tag division right now and could have some strong teams. I would very much love to see Lacey Lane and Viva Van tag more together. Then they can also flow into AEW and fight Divine Dominion and then build up or build down or build anything. I would just want more women on the television. Thank you very much. Billy gets the crap beaten out of her. Oh, also, my AEW is actually kind of worth it because you get so much ROH, like all the ROH. I know it's not the tally, but still. Anyway, Billy's getting the crap beaten out of her until Athena tags in at the limit and takes Lane out quickly before laying in some championship level devastation onto the Van. Starks and Athena run a train of pain through Van, but Billy just can't get the win. Billy Hyde then comes to play to determine oh, no, I'm sorry. She doesn't come to play to determine. She comes to play. Well, he comes to play. If it's Billy Hyde, is it? Anyway, comes to play to the detriment of Viva Van's hair follicles. And then once again, Viva finds herself in the Forever Champ's clutches. Oh, by the way, I wasn't saying that these were Viva Van's hair follicles. I didn't get Billy Starks to pull anything out and then send it to me so I could braid it in here. Where would you get that?
Surprise, motherfucker.
Billy Hyde takes out Lacey Lane as she tries to tag in, and more shenanigans get handed out to Viva. Diamante hops into the ring and helps Athena slam Viva into the mat while Starks, no relation, awaits her chance to swanton down and smush Viva's body. Lane and Viva tried, but they were overcome by the experience of Athena and her minions, who are experts in dastardly deeds, and they are also incredibly strong. Don't let Billy Starks's slight physique fool thy. Our forever champ sealed her world record reign with a superb win over some very tough challenges. But Athena is still seething with the audacity and has her eyes sternly peeled onto what is going on in the AEW division, which is why we are talking about our forever champ. She's happy where she is dominating ROH, but she still can't help look over into the AEW division and just see what kind of mischief she can cause. Honestly, if she tags up with Triangle of Madness, just for, mischief's sake, That could be fun. Just like the Triangle of Madness are invading Stardom, having Athena Starks, no relation, and Diamante invade Dynamite and Collision would be a fun way to shake things up a little bit. Just for some fun. She doesn't have to live there. She just has to poke the bear and like set closets on fire, perhaps. Athena has a rage inside of her and a need for acknowledgement that is on the verge of exploding out because of all the disrespect. And I am sure she will have some words for Don't Call Me Diva OG Maya World, who is our new TBS champion. She is a mentee of the Forever Champ, and is the only person to have actually beaten her to get that real fight for the championship. And Athena had to cheat to beat my world.
You raggedy bitch.
My world gave us all the pay-per-view battle gear goodness that we desired for redemption. Her black and white gear was everything we love. It was strapped up the wazoo, chains and studs and layers, and she was sparkled for the pro wrestling gods. She had a shimmer of pink on her cheekbones, and goodness gravy, Miss Maya World looked stunning. Every bit the champion that she is about to become. Now, you know that your girl was behind Miss Sheeta. You know, her dastardly deeds and everything. But do not worry about Sheeta. I don't think she'll be going anywhere either. You just wait. Speaking of Sheeta, she looked as badass as ever in her samurai Japanese flag battle gear. She always has the coolest battle gear, and I'm pretty sure she makes like all of it herself. And her hair is always looking like cool as fuck every single time. She's always on point. Mwah! Sheeta was giving strong style to Maya World, and Maya World was eating it up, but just kicking out at like 2.99999999 every time Hikaru went for the pin. Hikaru stretched Maya out, but she would never, ever give up. Hikaru Shida tried to then end Maya World. Shida katana'd Maya in the head. Like, it had, in total, it had to be like at least like 5 times. But her cockiness, Shida's, her anger and her overconfidence, like, would let her down every time. And her covers were not great. Maya had amazing ring awareness for such a big event, and she manages to grab the rope at like the last moment, get her like shoulder up right at the last moment. I mean, she didn't have much oomph in this, but you know, it counts. Every little inch off the mat counts. Hikaru explodes at the ref and has him up against the rope. She's so mad. But Maya recovers really quickly, and she sees that Hikaru is in prime position for yoinking.
Bruh.
With superb strength to rival Athena's. Maya World catches Hikaru Shida, hefts her over her head, and slams her into the ring with her bridging fall away slam. And that is how we got our new TBS champion. Now, I had foreseen this, if you will remember me mumbling on about this a little while ago, that I felt that redemption was going to be not great for the heels. And baby faces have reclaimed the AEW titles. Now, we all know Divine Dominion tweeners at best, you know, because we all bow down. So what does that mean for us, huh? Shall this now be my baby face run? Hell no, motherfuckers. It is winter here and we are staying into this hill shit, all right? But we are so freaking happy for Maya World. She has many, many, many challenges coming her way. We've got a Queen Aminata just like waiting there. Sky and or Heart could like jump in there to challenge her at any moment. You know, Athena's like, that belt looks nice. That could go well with this belt that I seem to now permanently own. Uh, just to name a few, we could have. We do have certain pirates and such, but you know, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. But let's keep our eyes on Miss Monet, shall we? And let's just see how much Divine Dominion are really working for the CEO and how much they're actually willing to do for them. And will Tekla and the Triangle of Madness continue living in their more tweener state as well? You can't not love them. We'll have to see what happens. But if you have anything to say about this on anything in this week's discussion, you know where to leave them. You can leave them in the comments of wherever you are lurking. And if you would be so kind as to like and subscribe whilst you're there, I would be very grateful. Thank you. You can find me lurking threads basically always, not always, but only at Bex underscore Bastet. But you can find us on TikTok at Don't Call Me Diva Show, as well as obviously YouTube. Yeah! Also, while you're here, catch the Books and Bex show. On this channel, we go into everything. Thank you, as always, to my wonderful producer, Shane. Oh, producer, editor, promoter, extraordinaire, the whole bananas. Go check out Ethos Media YouTube channel for like all diverse, amazing content. This was Don't Call Me Diva, she says with the microphone. Women's wrestling rules. Don't be a dick.